Hey everyone, welcome to the Comdo Show where we talk Taekwondo all day, every day. My name is Grandmaster Stanley. I'm a 6th degree black belt, and I'm here with Grandmaster Stanley, the founder of Comdo, and a 9th degree black belt and a master technician in Taekwondo. So you are going to talk to us today about crossing the hands. This is always something that I know as a beginner Taekwondoist, it's like trying to figure that out. So if you can give us some tips and tricks on how to remember what to do and why to cross and all that stuff, that would be great.
Yeah, no, as General Choi mentioned, every rule for doing Taekwondo patterns is taught in the color belt levels. Now, it's not always specific. It doesn't come out clean. You have to understand the moves. You would have had to get some instruction from General Choi and then piece some things together. Now, one of the things is how do you cross your hands for individual blocks or techniques? There's specific ones, for instance, like the twin forearm block. You're doing 2 blocks at the same time. That is a specific crossing. So it sort of sits outside the rule. The rules for individual hand technique, for instance, a outer forearm low block, a very beginner block, right? You learn that in the 4-direction punch. In 4-direction block, you're also going to learn the inner forearm block and the low block with the knife hand. Now, people are always being taught, this is how you cross your hands and stuff. But there's actually 2 rules that teach you how to cross your hands for any individual technique. We can start with the outer forearm low block, and that will explain the first rule. The inner forearm block, that'll explain the second rule. So, hopefully I get all this right. There's a lot of little things with it. The crossing is going to be back to back with the hand on top executing the technique and the hand on the bottom going to the hip. That is going to happen anytime you use the outer forearm, the outside knife hand side. It could be a side fist or anything like that as well, but the outside like that, the palm of your hand, and I believe that's it. Oh, the fingertips. I knew I was going to miss one. Now, the inner forearm block, the second rule, the inner forearm block, you cross with your hands, knuckles towards you. And remember, when you're doing these blocks, or crossings for these blocks, they shouldn't be straight arming it. You shouldn't be straight arming it. You need to have your elbows bent and relaxed. So for this one, the rule is pretty much everything else that I didn't mention, but I will mention them to try and get them all. What's going to happen is the hand farthest from you is the one that's going to be utilized for the block. And in this case, it's going to be the inner forearm, the reverse knife hand side of your hand, and the back of your hand. So if you're going to be using those tools, you should cross this way. So the back of the hand is an example. The back fist, you're going to cross this way to strike with the back fist. The reverse knife hand, same thing. You're going to cross like that to use this side of your hand. So those are the 2 basic rules on how to cross. And as I mentioned before, other blocks like the twin forearm block, there's other ones as well. They have sort of a specific just for them crossing. The twin forearm, for the curiosity, you're going to cross your hands this way, palms towards you. The hand closest to you is going to be the, oops, banging my mic. The hand closest to you is going to be the lower hand when you do the block itself. So if I'm going to go the other way, I would have to switch them around. This hand is going to be, the inside hand is going to be the lower hand as I do that technique. So again, there's blocks that are, or techniques that are going to be individually chosen. They sort of sit outside those 2 basic rules.
Awesome. You know what? That's a great way to remember these things, tips and tricks like that when you're learning, right? Awesome. So if you have any more questions on crossing or trying to figure out, I know sometimes for me, it's the ones that, like these ones or they're kind of oddball ones, drop them in the comments below and then we'll maybe make a video about that. So if you haven't subscribed already, make sure to press subscribe, share. Also a reminder that we are going to be having our Comdo app launching soon, so you can look for that in the App Store. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Comdo 2.0. We'll see you on the next video.
Taekwondo.